It is Thursday, June 18th, which I am so excited about. You guys, first of all, I can't believe it's already June. We have gone through multiple months of this COVID thing that is keeping us in. I live in Florida, and it's been kind of crazy because so many people have been going out and about. Bars and everything are actually starting to close again, just because I think we had like over 3,000 new cases over the weekend. So all that to say, everyone, please be safe. Please be careful everywhere that you go. So I would love to start by just kind of like sharing some of my story. So when I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with something called PCOS, or polycystic ovarian syndrome. What that means is basically I was told that I had hypothyroidism, insulin resistance, I would never be able to have kids, and all these other labels were kind of just thrown on me as a 16-year-old girl. And growing up, I never had issues with weight. I was really a stick. Everyone at school called me bored, actually, which is interesting. I had no boobs, no butt, nothing. I was just literally like a skeleton walking. And so as I grew older, and as the stresses of life came, and as, horrible boys that thought they were cool came into my life and left just as quickly, the stresses started getting to me, and I started gaining weight, and my hormones started going even more crazy, and my emotions started going out of control, and I started becoming lethargic, and I started realizing, oh my gosh, am I bipolar? Like my hormonal swing was so insane. It was like every single day that would come, I'd be like, okay, what's my emotion going to be like today? And let me tell you what, being trapped in your own mind and not being able to figure out what way is up was quite an adventure for me. I had tried everything you could imagine, from supplements. I was spending about $1,000 to $1,200 a month on supplements, just trying to balance out my hormones. I tried over 15 brands of birth control to try to figure out what would help level out my polycystic ovarian syndrome. They would always come back with a counteractive negative response, like giving me migraines, or causing me to have even more cysts, or causing me to not have a period, or whatever it was, which was the opposite of what the doctors were telling me that I needed. So from there, then I went to giving myself shots 2 times a day because my body wasn't properly able to break down the vitamins and the supplements. And I later learned that if you don't have minerals to coincide and marry with your vitamins, then they cannot be broken down. So essentially, I was just paying for expensive pee. Then they're like, you know what? Let's give you a highly concentrated hormone cream because your body's not producing progesterone at all. And you're a 30-year-old woman and you want to have kids someday. So you guys, that made my hormones even more crazy because I would rub the hormone on my skin, like pure hormones on my skin. And if you've never done that before, do not do that because it was absolutely psycho. I remember one day I called my boyfriend crying and he's like, what's wrong? What happened? And I was like, the light turned green and I wasn't ready to go. And he was like, oh, okay, there's nothing crazy about that at all. So all that to say, when I was introduced to this absolutely incredible system, I was more excited about it for the financial aspect of it and the opportunity to make an extra buck. I honestly had come to the point I had exhausted my resources of anything nutritional. I felt stuck in the body that I was living in. And I said, you know what? Like, what it is what it is. And I had come to terms with that. And so if you look at the photo from the first one, that was the very first day I ever put products in my body, which was January 7th of this year, up until week 4. That was my first 30-day transformation. Between those 2 photos, I'd released 12 pounds and 12 inches overall, which is, first of all, insane. Second of all, I didn't believe in the product, right? So this is just the product speaking for itself. I also went with like our biggest system because I was like, hey, if there's a money back guarantee, then there's no fail, right? So within this period of time, I did not work out one time. I did not remove pizza from my diet. I did not remove alcohol from my diet. And I truly realized that this whole system wasn't necessarily about what I was removing, but what I was adding in. And then if you look at the second picture, that was 3 months into this system. I took pictures again this week, and I've also weighed myself and remeasured. And as of 5 months on this program, I've released over 30 pounds. I've released over 20 inches, which is insane. My energy is through the roof thanks to these incredible products. And you guys, like, I feel like my hormones are finally starting to level, which that is the biggest thing for me. The fact that it's not one day I'm bawling my eyes out and the next day I'm like cheering for joy. It's the fact that my days are becoming way more normal. My highs aren't as high, my lows aren't as low. And I feel like the system is actually feeding and filling in the gaps of what I didn't realize I needed. Because you don't know what you don't know. And so what's amazing is after 30 days of this system and me just doing it just to try it out, oh, that's my alarm to dance. I fell in love with the product. I went from being like excited about the possibility of what it could be financially to being like, holy smokes, this entire thing has just completely opened my eyes to what I didn't even realize that I needed, deserved. And you guys, not only has this been a huge testament to me physically, as you guys can see in my personal like transformation photos, but the mental clarity that I have received, the fact that my brain fog is gone, the fact that I have a community. I live in a town where I literally know 2 people, thanks COVID. And now I can literally jump on the phone with any of these men or women that are on our team that are literally a part of a family. And I can say, hey, this is what I'm going through. I need help. You know, I need some motivation. I need some clarity. I'm not thinking correctly. And even though we've never met physically, like we all have a bond in which I don't even think I can explain to you if you're not a part of it. And then also financially, I live in West Palm Beach, Florida currently, and it's expensive to live out here. And I'm not going to lie, not only have I been able to eat for free over the past 5 months, it's also helped me pay for my car payment, which any kind of money that's coming in right now has been a huge help. So that's a little bit about my story. I'm going to be on these products for the rest of my life because I feel like I am the colors of the rainbow, which is super exciting. But more importantly, I want to introduce you guys to one of my girlfriends, Makenzie Funk. So what's super exciting about this, like I said, one of the biggest things that I've gained from this incredible company is the community in which it's brought in. So Makenzie and I have never met in person, but we talk every single day. We are always checking in on each other, making sure we're okay. I'm 30 years old and have a dog and plant children, and she's 25 and has a kiddo, and we still have so many ways that we can relate to one another. So a little bit about Mac. She's a 25-year-old mama. She's a type 1 diabetic. She's actually one of the top 10 income earners under 25, y'all, globally, and Isogenics, okay. And she is focused on encouraging and helping others live their best and healthiest life without limitation. So everybody, Makenzie Funk.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. I literally love just sharing this opportunity with people. It is literally just one of my biggest passions. It's such a fun topic, and I'm so blessed and honored to be here. As Candace kind of threw out there, I'm 25 years old. I'm a mama. I live in Central Texas. I will never leave Texas. Fun fact, though, I was actually born in Florida. I know, Candace's face right now. I was born in St. Augustine, but my parents lived there for like 2 years, and during that time, I became a thing. And fun fact, though, I'm Texas through and through because my aunt lived in Dallas, and when she came to see me in the hospital, she bought a Tupperware of Dallas, Texas dirt. So my feet, my little baby feet, touched Texas soil first. So Texas girl through and through. You will not find me in another state living, okay? So that's just a little fun fact about me. But I want to dive in and share a little bit of my story. A little bit of my journey, how I got here, why I'm here, why I'm passionate about this. And I do want to put a specific emphasis on type 1 diabetes and how this has helped me. And not only type 1 diabetes, but autoimmune diseases as a whole, because T1D is an autoimmune disease. So I was diagnosed with type 1 when I was 7 years old. I will actually be celebrating my 18-year diaversary on the 26th of this month, which it's like mixed feelings, but in the T1D community, we always like celebrate our diaversary. So I don't really remember life without it. So fast forward kind of to high school, I feel like as a female in high school, we all kind of deal with low self-esteem. We all have different things that trigger different emotions for us, not to mention freaking hormones. Let's be real. It's just a whole nother life that we have to kind of combat. And so during that time, I was in denial. I would say that I had type 1, and I already had a lot of insecurities. So then having devices stuck to my body and tubes sticking off and having to test my blood sugar and stuff like that, it just put another light on me of people asking, oh, like, what is that? What do you have? What's wrong with you? And I already felt insecure. So low key pretended I didn't have it, if I'm being honest with you. And it was not healthy. Looking back, I'm like, oh my God, I hate that I went through that. But unfortunately, it's part of my journey, and that's okay. So fast forward to going into college, I had gained a lot of weight. And that also was an insecurity of mine. So I unfortunately partnered with a coach who knew absolutely nothing. I started to find a love for the gym, which is amazing. I love that. And it was something that was a therapy for me. But unfortunately, I was eating probably right around 800 calories a day max. I was going to the gym. I was working out anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours, doing massive cardio, and I got tiny very quickly. And I was so unhealthy. My blood sugars had never been worse, and my body was so depleted of nutrients. It was horrible. And I ended up switching my degree to kinesiology. Really had no idea what the heck I wanted to do in college. I'm still kind of like, why the heck do people go to college at 18 years old? Like we don't know what we're doing. And I jumped into kinesiology because I all of a sudden had this love for change. I had this love for learning about my body and wanted to help other people do that. I got my personal training license. I got a lot of different nutritional coaching licenses. And that's when I learned, oh shoot, I am not eating near enough food. What the heck am I doing to myself? And so I really started to backtrack and build that up. So I ended up graduating with my degree in kinesiology. I had a minor in psychology. I had this love for helping women, but had no idea how the heck I was going to turn that into a career and what I was going to do with that. So I ended up jumping into nursing school. I survived a semester and said, peace out, Girl Scout. This is not for me. If there are any nurses on this call, you are an MVP. It takes the right heart. It takes the right person to be a nurse, and your girl does not have it. So I went straight out of dropping out of nursing school to medical sales. And my drive for medical sales, I'll be honest, was money. There's a lot of money in sales, and I liked that. I also liked that there was some flexibility with my schedule, and I rose to the top very, very, very quickly. I was given a shot at a company that I really didn't deserve to be there because I had no experience whatsoever, and I just kind of learned as I went. I became the #1 sales rep very, very quickly. I was literally like 22, 23 years old, had no freaking idea what I was doing, but my passion for people is what drove me. So my husband and I bought a house. We were just living the dream. We were making great money. And we ended up getting pregnant with my son during this time. So I want to backtrack a little bit right before my pregnancy. I started dealing with some health issues. Did not understand why, because from the time of me realizing, oh shoot, I'm undernourishing my body, to that time, which about 2.5 years had gone by, I had done so much work on really getting my body where it needed to. I honestly gained about 15 pounds, which I needed to. I looked way better than I did before gaining that 15 pounds. But my blood sugars were out of control. I was dealing with acne, which I never have dealt with acne in my life. I was dealing with anxiety, mood swings. I did not really ever have a regular period. And when we ended up going into planning pregnancy, I actually was told by the doctor that I would probably struggle getting pregnant because of my irregular hormones. So I remember I woke up at one night in the middle of the night and was having a panic attack. And Casey, my husband, And I woke up the next morning and he was like, you need to go see a doctor. You need to see somebody. You're not being yourself. Something's off. And I was like, you're right. There's no way I can be a anxious mom. Like if we're trying to have a baby, like I need to get this crap in line. And so I went to a functional medicine doctor. They're very holistic in their approach. Left, had a list of medications I had to get on, similar to Candace. It was about $1,000 a month, which I'll be honest, we could not afford that. I didn't want to afford that. And I was frustrated. I was pissed off because I had been working so hard to eat the right foods and take care of my body and work on my diabetes, and everything had just gone away and it just wasn't working the way I wanted it to. And I really took a look at it. I had been diagnosed with massive gut health issues, and that was basically a spiral effect. It was affecting my hormones and my diabetes. And so I truly felt like I was just at ground zero with my health, and I was so frustrated and I didn't know what to do. So Sydney, who is a good friend of mine and who actually got me started on isogenics, we had connected about a year before on social media, and she introduced me to isogenics. And I had reached out to her because she had a similar journey with her gut health, and she was like, girl, you need to try these products. And I jumped in, fully planned to take advantage of the 30-day back money guarantee. I was expecting to use the products for about 29 days and call and be like, hi, I need my money back because this didn't work. But wow, was I wrong. So 2 weeks in, I felt like a new person. I lost 5 pounds, which was not expected. But the biggest thing was my bloating and my stomach issues were gone. And my diabetes had never been better. And I'm going to say this later on again, but actually since having Wyatt, so my son is now a year old, I have reduced my insulin intake by 25%, which is crazy. And if you're T1D on this call, that in itself is like, sign me up, sister. Like that is goals. That's what we want, is less insulin in our body. So back to getting pregnant. I got pregnant. We were so excited. I kept working my job, and around 6 months pregnant, some things went very south at work for Casey, my husband, and I quit my job. Unfortunately, I was bringing in most of the money, and when I quit my job, we were forced to sell our home. We were forced to move, and it was what we felt like the hardest thing we've ever been through at that time in our life. And it was very, very painful. And just the reality, unfortunately, that nobody's going to hire a 6-month pregnant, high risk 24-year-old with barely any experience in medical sales or any sales at all. So I didn't really know what to do. And we moved to where we're living now, which is, of course, a blessing in disguise, as most things are. And I reached out to Sydney, and I was like, all right, so when I first got started, you told me there's like a business opportunity with this. I may be willing to take a look. And I took a look. I talked to Casey, and reality is I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and I've always wanted to have time freedom. And I saw that opportunity with this, and I ran with it. And since then, I mean, the rest is history. I've had my son. I've been able to stay home with my son since the day he was born. And my income continues to grow, and I continue to be able to help people, which is exactly what I wanted to do from the beginning. So it's been such an amazing thing. So what I want to do is I kind of want to dive into some of the challenges that we deal with on a daily basis, no matter if you're type 1 or not. We all have issues that we deal with. And so I kind of want to dive into that and how isogenics has personally helped me. So first of all, toxicity. The world is toxic, starting from what we take in to the people we hang out with. Let's be real. And so it is so important to really, really notice that, and what can we do to counteract that. So it's 2020. Our foods are sprayed with all levels of crap. Let's just be real, okay? The food we're taking in is not as nourishing as it was years and years ago. The pollution, our phones, being on electronics 24/7, having an Apple Watch hooked to you at all times. There is so much toxicity that is just pounding into our lives, and it's important that we fight that. The next one is stress. I don't care who you are, what your name is, what you do for a living, whatever, you deal with stress. At some point during the day, we all feel that stress. And Also, let's focus on the fact that that can be internal or external. You may not feel stressed, but that doesn't mean your body isn't stressed. For me, I have an autoimmune disease. My body is literally fighting itself. My body is constantly under stress. So that's an extra important thing for me to notice with an autoimmune disease. Not to mention money. Money's a stressor too. Just so many different things. So the deficiency in our food. This is a really interesting topic in my household because my husband is actually in agriculture, and he talks a ton about how depleted our soils are, specifically to where it's impossible to grow food without spraying it with what we have to spray things with. It's also very interesting when you look into the organic label and what actually classifies a food as organic. It may not be quite as organic as you think. So it's pretty interesting. There was actually a study done that Isagenix participated in 2017. They compared an apple that was grown like in the 1960s and a study that was done on the apple, and they compared it to an apple from 2017. They found that to get the nutrient density from an apple, the same nutrients you would get from an apple in 1960, to get that same amount of nutrition in 2017, you would have to eat over 20 apples, guys. That's disgusting. I cannot believe that. Like, that's crazy. We are so depleted of nutrition no matter how healthy you're eating. And then also getting discouraged by slip-ups. This is so powerful. Statistics actually show that you are 72% more likely to succeed if you have 1 to 3 people in your life that will support you. That's it. We need support. We need that driving force of people and things that are going to help us succeed. So now I want to kind of slip over into Isagenix and how that can help us combat some of these daily struggles that we all deal with. So first, let's talk about shakes and let's talk about food. Who doesn't love food? I'm a massive foodie, so let's talk about it. So for me personally, these shakes are key to my life, people. I do not miss a day without my shakes, okay? It just is not going to happen. And these shakes specifically go in and fill the nutritional gaps that we are missing in our life. And remember what I said about the depletion in the soils. Remember what I said about that sort of stuff. That's where these shakes come in, and they have scientifically been tested and approved and put on the market to fill those gaps for us. So they are loaded with all levels of nutrients. Going to go through a few facts with y'all. So they have 24 grams of high quality protein. A lot of our cows with Isagenix are from New Zealand. They're very happy cows. They are grass fed, just top quality nutrition. It's got branched chain amino acids. It's got energy fueling carbohydrates that are also low glycemic. I will touch on that in a bit for all my T1D peeps. Good source of fat, 23 vitamins and minerals. We're obviously not finding that in our apples these days, so I'm assuming we're not finding it in any of our other food. Why not drink a shake? That simple. And they taste bomb, okay? There's such good taste to these shakes. They're delicious. So what's essential for me as a type 1 diabetic is the low glycemic factor. And Candace mentioned this too. She had insulin sensitivity. Eating a low glycemic food is essential to reducing your insulin, what's the word? Your insulin, like where your body fights the insulin, and increasing your insulin sensitivity. And this is why. A low glycemic food has little to no effect on your blood sugars. Meaning, if your blood sugars aren't rising, your body or you don't have to plug in more insulin, which is amazing. That's going to increase your metabolic rate of burning fat. That's going to reduce the amount of fat cells on your body because extra spillover insulin can be stored as fat on your body. It's just going to improve your life overall. So that's a huge factor for me. So moving into our cleanse. So we eat, we drink our shakes, and then we move into a cleanse. So this is going to touch on just really the detox process of the body. So this is something, the detoxification process is something that our body naturally does. It happens already in our body, but with all the junk we're cramming in our body from our phones, from the foods we eat, all these things, our body needs a little bit of help. Let's encourage our body to really detox and really push that process along. So you can kind of view this as an oil change for your cells. This is a cellular level cleanse. This is not going to be a poop cleanse. This is not going to be an organ cleanse. This is going to go in make those cells squeaky, squeaky clean, and you are going to feel incredible. It's naturally going to help fight inflammation, rid the body of the toxins, all the things. And I do want to touch on this because I know when I first got started, you see detox teas on Instagram all the time. You hear people talk about, oh, I'm detoxing, and they're actually just not eating. There's a lot of science that goes behind our cleansing process. And as a type 1 diabetic, your girl cannot go a full day without eating. I will die, okay? Like, I have to have my carbs to regulate my body. And so it's very, very important. So there's so much science that goes behind this. This is not a don't eat day. This is a day of nourishment and focusing on nourishing the body instead of the caloric intake. So yes, you're going to be eating a little less food, but it's because you're specifically going in and nourishing your cells and not putting anything else in that could fight that process except for your cleanse and your proven snacks that, yes, include chocolate and peanut butter bites and deliciousness to help keep that blood sugar stable and help this detoxification process. So a few little ingredients that we have in these are aloe vera to help with your digestive system, peppermint, which is going to be very soothing. It's got licorice root and turmeric and ashwagandha, which are both in our cleanse, are actually scientifically proven to help reduce blood sugar. So that's another great thing. Also, it tastes really good. We have 2 different flavors that are bomb. So moving on to our ionics. So this is another huge thing for our stress in our body. So ionics is loaded with different things like adaptogens. It's got whole body regulators, different things like this to help with our hormone regulation, ladies. Okay, I think we all need a little bit of this at all times. All times, we just need a little bit of extra boost. The other thing that's really cool about this is, remember that stress can be internal or external. So this ionics is really going to help fight that. You can drink it whenever you want. I personally mix mine in the morning with a little bit of lemon or a little bit of Crystal Light lemonade, mix it in my big old Yeti cup, and I sip on it throughout the day. So very flexible, very easy, however you want to use it. So let's chat about what a full day looks like. This is something, I get this question all the time, like, okay, so you just drink shakes all day? Like, I don't understand. How does that work? So we eat food, people, okay? I am not ever going to support something where I cannot eat food because your girl likes her chips and queso and her margaritas, okay? I need that in my life. And coming from somebody who lived a very restrictive life for so long, and I saw what it did to my health, I cannot support something that doesn't support me eating food. Okay, so just gonna put that little disclaimer out there. So what does a typical day look like for me? I wake up, I get Wyatt out of bed, I drink a shake. Normally I don't eat again until lunch because I'm just not really hungry until lunch. I'll eat lunch, whatever I'm in the mood for. Some days, it's super healthy. Other days it could be going out to get pizza with some friends of mine or something. Then I'm usually gonna eat a snack because I normally work out in that time period. I eat a snack, eat dinner, and then I drink another shake at night because yo girl has a sweet tooth and nothing hits it better than a chocolate shake before bed. So it also helps regulate my blood sugar. So it's very, very important to know, obviously, dependent on your goals. If you have a weight loss goal, I don't recommend pizza and beer. That doesn't really support the weight loss goal, okay? But if you're talking about maintenance, it's okay to splurge. Remember, it's 80%, 20%, 80% healthy, 20% have some fun. I was actually listening to a podcast not too long ago, and there was somebody on there that was talking about isogenics, and this guy actually spoke at a conference that my sister went to as well, and he said the same thing there, and he basically stated, food is a social thing. Food is fun. We get together and we like to eat food. It's just a very America thing to do, and that's okay. But we have to nourish our body. View food as fun and view isogenics as your nutrition, as your nourishment that allows you to go out and have fun. And it just happens to taste really good and it's easy. So that's always a bonus. Win-win. So shakes are also not the only products that we have. We have tons of different products. We have over 75 different products. Some of them our favorites are on the screen right here. So you've got Bia, which is our energy drink. They're loaded with adaptogens, actually got multiple servings of vegetables in it. Hello. That's amazing. Our greens are obviously loaded with all the good things that we should be eating on a daily basis. Your Isodelights, those are chocolate snacks. That is one of our very important cleanse day snacks as well. I've also learned that 2 of them level out my blood sugars if I'm going down. So that's a good thing to know. We've got vitamins. We've got an entire workout line. So whatever you're feeling, we've got you. Also, we have a CBD oil that is incredible. So Yeah, tons of different products. And the cool thing is, if you're interested in learning how to eat for free, that's also something that we can help you out with. So I think Candace is going to kind of take over here for a second and explain the process. Oh, first let's go over facts. Sorry, I totally forgot about this. This is important, people. Okay. Also, if y'all have any questions, pop them in the chat box. I would love to answer some of those. So, do I eat real food? Will I stay full? Loki already answered this. Yes, I am never going to support something where I cannot eat food. Done and done. It's not going to happen. So yeah, we eat real food, whatever you're in the mood for. What does a cleanse day look like? So you're going to drink your cleanse 3 to 4 times a day, and you're going to have your snacks as you need them. Fun fact, actually, your body's #1 alert system for noticing a low blood sugar is hunger. So when you are feeling hungry on a cleanse day, that's why we have our snacks, is so that you can snack and then you can move on. It's very, very simple. What do I eat for dinner? Snacks. So like I said, I don't recommend pizza and beer if you have a weight loss goal. I also don't recommend never eating pizza and beer. So be smart with your choices. Also, the cool thing is, if you have questions about this, we have Facebook groups. We have people who can support you and help you out with those ideas. What if I don't need to lose weight? That's great. These products are made for you to keep your body as healthy and as nourished as possible. I did not come into this with a weight loss goal at all. I came into this with the goal of, I need to get my health in line. And that's exactly what happened. Now, postpartum, we definitely on a weight loss goal, or we got some weight loss goals. We on a weight loss journey, and that's okay. So it's going to be there for me no matter where I'm at in my phase of life and my phase of health. I'm on the go all the time. I might be too busy. So I had this thought for about 2 seconds when I first got started, because I was in medical sales. I lived out of my car and I was worried about it. I can honestly say it made my life easier. I mean, what's easier than a meal in a cup that you just pour water into and shake it up and it tastes bomb? It literally makes your life so much easier. Like, who wants to meal prep? Not me. I hate cleaning the Tupperwares. I hate cooking it. It's just a mess. So it definitely makes your life a lot easier. What do you add to the shakes? Water, maybe some ice cubes. That's literally it. The flavor is amazing. I know my hubby, he really likes, well, I don't, if you're not in Texas, you don't know what Whataburger is, I guess, but it's a bomb shake place. They have the best shakes. He loves a good chocolate shake. And so sometimes at night we'll mix them with a little bit of milk. I personally use flaxseed milk, so it's really low calorie, and I'll put it in a blender with some ice. So really, however you want to make them is perfect. Do I have to do this forever? You will want to do this forever. If I'm being honest, this is not going to be something you want to give up, because the minute you nourish your body the way it is meant to be nourished, you're never going to want to go back. And why would you want to stop? Why would you want to stop feeling your best? Why would you want to stop nourishing your body? Do you have to do it forever? No, the ball's in your court. Do what you want to do. I personally will not miss a day without my shakes ever. What if my husband, boyfriend wants to do it? Have them jump on. That's amazing. Boys are boys, and I feel like they tend to want to watch other people do it and then see how much it benefits us ladies, and then they hop on. That's what my husband did. But yeah, and the cool thing is that Candace is going to kind of chat with you about how to potentially get your money back just for helping a hubby or a boyfriend get on. Do I have to work out? You do you, boo. Live your life. If you want to go, pump some iron, go on a run, do it. If you don't want to, don't do it. I think it's kind of a known fact at this point in the health and wellness world that what you put in your body really determines what you look like, how you feel. Yes, working out is important, in my opinion, for staying the healthiest you possibly can, also for blood sugar management, but don't feel like you have to do something you don't want to do. Is it expensive? This is my favorite question. Okay, guys, I went to Starbucks 2 days ago. I got a coffee, I got a water, I got a green tea, a water, and the little low-fat egg bites, and I paid about $16. Okay, that's not even a full meal. That's a drink and a snack. These break down to $3 a meal. So you tell me if it's expensive. Also, I think there's something to be said about the fact that our first thought is, oh my God, can I afford this? Is this too expensive? What is your health worth to you? And if you can put a number on that, get back to me and we can chat. That's very, very, very important to really determine, okay, is this worth my time? Yeah. Our most expensive pack breaks down to $20 a day. So if that, I mean, that's affordable. I truly, truly believe that's affordable. Um, what if I don't like it? 30-day money back. Yes. So if you don't like it for whatever reason, yes, get your money back. That's fine. No hard feelings. This is not, do I think that this can help everybody? Yes. But sometimes it's not your time, and that's okay. We'll always be here when you're ready to give it a shot and when you're ready to nourish your body, because this truly, truly can save your life. There's also something to be said about the toxicity going down in your body. I know I reach out to people in like the first week of them trying it, and they're like, the flavor just isn't 100% how I thought it was going to be. And then it's like week 2, they're like, oh my God, I'm like craving this shake. Week 3, they're like, this is the yummiest shake I've ever drank in my whole life. And it's because the toxicity in your body is literally fighting the nutrition in these shakes. And literally every single shake I have gets better and better and better because the toxicity in my body is just continuing to lower. So my best recommendation is stick it out till day 28. And if you still are feeling funky about it, then call and use that 30-day money back guarantee. Push it till the end. Do I have to sell this stuff? No, do what you want. We're not here to rule your life. I also think it's really cool because we do have an eat for free program. Why would you not want to eat for free? And also, why would you not want to share something that you love with somebody that you love? So from here, Candace is going to take over and kind of share a little bit more on that. So Candace, if you want to have at it, sister.
Yes, thanks, Mac. First of all, for all of that. Your story is phenomenal. Hearing from you every time and just learning about your transformation, physically, mentally, emotionally, nutritionally, everything that you touched on. Wow. Every time I hear that story, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I am not alone. Because, as women, sometimes we do feel like we're alone. We do feel like we're stuck. So it's so amazing to hear from other people, even across the country, you being in Texas, me being in Florida, having completely different stories, completely different lines of, what we were going through, but then the same exact system was able to bring us freedom and bring us health and be able to open our eyes to things that we didn't even realize. So that's incredible. So like I previously mentioned, I've been on the system for 5 months now, and it has seriously been the best decision that I think I've ever made in my 30 years of young life. So I paid for my first pack because I referred 2 friends. I've been eating for free for the past 5 months, which is absolutely incredible. I've literally gotten my money back and then gotten paid even more for just referring people. And you can do that too, just by grabbing 2 friends. So what I'm going to do is explain to you guys a concept called you share, they share. What's amazing about this is that our company, Isagenix, does not put money into mailers or, different types of advertising and commercials. And that's the line that I'm in, right? So what we do is they actually pay us back, the people who are like products of the products, people who are using them day in and day out, and say, we're going to pay you for referring people because people buy from who they trust, right? So I really need to change this picture of this girl, but for this story, we're going to pretend like this beautiful blonde is me. We're also, for the story, going to utilize the pack that I got started on, which was the value pack. It's also the same pack that Makenzie got started on, which is amazing. Again, we both have 2 totally different bodies, and it did for us what our bodies needed. So you don't have to start with the system. You can start with individual products. The system is just what we suggest because, like she was saying, your cells reproduce every 30 days. And if you're giving them incredible nutrients that they've never had before, you're going to be able to start on an incredible foot. So let's say I start posting about how incredible my journey is. I share it with Bob, and he's like, wow, oh my gosh, this works for you. I wonder if this could work for me. The company, because I start him and he gets started on the same pack as me, the value pack, they say, congratulations, we're so proud of you for sharing your story. And they reward me with $100, which is incredible. Then let's say my girl Susie, she sees how incredible I'm doing. She sees my energy is up. She sees how I'm feeling. She sees that I am just like living life to the fullest. And she says, girl, whatever you're doing, I want some of that. So she joins with a value pack as well. The company then gives me another $100. But here's the kicker. If I sign both Bob and Susie up in the same commission week, then Isagenix doubles my reward, and instead of $100 for each person, I now get $200, which puts me at $400 in 1 week. When I think about this almost covers my food for an entire month. But then also by signing both of them up, I am moved into what's called a crystal consultant, and I am rewarded even more of $100 within getting 2 people started within 30 days. So what this is called UShare. For just by me sharing with 2 of my friends, I'm not even selling anything, right? All I'm doing is talking about this new lifestyle, this nutrition system that I'm on, and I'm saying, hey, you eat too, because this isn't any way products, guys. This is not like me going out and buying makeup or me going out and buying a tummy tuck or whatever. This is me giving my body the nutrition it has always craved, but always lacked, and I didn't know where to get it from. So not only are you feeding your body, your soul, your mind, your spirit, you're also filling your bank account and feeding your bank account, which is awesome. So what's really cool about this is that you get paid $500, right? I want you to also think about, what could $500 do for you? So many people have been furloughed or completely lost their job or just not sure what to do with COVID, with everything that's going on. I mean, these times that we're in are really questionable. We don't know what tomorrow's going to look like. We don't even know what this afternoon is going to freaking look like. So being able to know that you have a constant income, because we get paid on Mondays, by the way. If you guys think about this culture that we're in, the cultures of like the moody Mondays and the, oh my God, it's Monday. Now I'm like, hell to the yeah, it's Monday. That means I'm getting money in my bank account. Let's go. That has completely changed my thought. So let's say Bob starts seeing incredible results and he's like, you know what? I'm going to, tell 2 more people about this. And he shares it with 2 of his friends. When he shares it with 2 of his friends, not only does he get paid, just like what I just showed you with the UShare, but because now he has 2 people on his team, you have created him as a consultant, the company rewards you with $100. So then let's say Susie does the same thing. Susie's like, oh my gosh, every way that I saw you feeling, I am now feeling that same way. And so she also shares it with 2 of her friends. So now she has become a consultant and the company rewards you with another $100. By the way, this is only one of the 8 ways that you can get paid within our company. So just throw that out there. So if you do this, right? So whenever you share with 2 people, that's called UShare. Whenever those 2 people share with 2 people, that's called they share. And if you do this within 60 days of starting the system, our company rewards you with $250. That puts us at $950 in 60 days. I mean, and you can do this as many times as you want before that. So don't let me pressure you or say that you have to do this in 60 days. You don't have to do it in 60 days, but you can also do it way more and way sooner than that. So I want you to think about what $950 could do for you. What bills could you pay off? What is a reoccurring nagging bill that you have to pay for every single month that just knocks on your door and sits there? For me, it's rent. I live in West Palm Beach. My freaking rent for my tiny apartment is $2,500 a month. That's ridiculous. I'm bougie as heck and I have a new 4Runner. My car payment is $700 a month. That means for me to live, that's not even food. And just my car, my normal bills are like close to $3,500 a month. So this is paying for a quarter of that, which is huge. What's also amazing about this is if you do want to turn it into a business, you are in control of how much you make, right? It's not like a regular job where they're like, you're getting paid $10 an hour. It's determined upon how much you want to share. And again, you're not selling anything. You're sharing your story. You're letting people know, hey, look how amazing this is. Do you want to take a look? And you let the system sell itself. And I apologize. I just got real passionate about that because I do love money, and one day I'm going to do this forever. So I want to share 2 of the little packs. Again, you don't have to start with an individual pack. You can do products, but we do suggest that you do a pack just so you're getting the full system. So whenever you do just an individual product, yes, you will see results, but when you're doing a full system, you're going to generally see why they've packaged and bundled these things together for a reason. So if you look at the first one on the top left, that is what's called our basic pack. It's really the bare minimum of everything. It's going to give you 2 shakes a day for 30 days. It's going to give you your cleanse for life, and it's going to give you your ionics. But it's just not going to give you the support that the snacks have to offer, right? So the one on the bottom right is the one that both Makenzie and I both started with. It's called the value pack. First of all, it's absolutely amazing. It's our most popular one, especially for those who have weight loss goals. It has a wide assortment of products, so it gives you everything from our superfood shakes that work together, the results that you want. It also has plant-based options too, which is amazing for me because I'm lactose intolerant. And although the shakes are 99.9% lactose free, for some reason the whey still is unsettling to my stomach. So it's great for those that are lactose like me, or also people who are vegan, vegetarian, all those. We have so many options. What's also amazing is that the value pack comes with our complete essentials plus isogenesis, which is basically like your Botox in a bottle, ladies. That stuff is gold. Comes with your greens. It comes with your cleanse for life. It comes with your chocolates. It comes with an incredible blender. It comes with these insane, by the way, I've tried every protein bar that there is. And our chocolate decadence bar, every time I crack that thing open, I start drooling because it is so amazing. So these are the two options that we would suggest that people get started with, just to feel how amazing that you can possibly feel. So if anyone has any questions whatsoever, yes, like Makenzie said, our entire line is gluten-free, which is amazing because I'm also celiac. So that was one of the things that I was really cautious about when I began, is like, how much am I going to have to look into each of these individual ingredients? First, second of all the ingredients on our products, I can freaking pronounce, which is huge, huge, huge. There's so many times where I've looked on like the back of a Coke can, just curious. Don't do that if you want to survive, because it was very scary what I found. But I'll look on this, and like even like on the BIA, it says like carbonated water. Then it says stevia. It says stuff in here like fruit and vegetable, beet, spinach, broccoli, carrot, sweet potato, orange, apple, strawberry, sunflower seeds, shiitake mushrooms, green tea leaf extract, raspberry. Like I can say all of those things and I know what they are. It's not a mysterious word that I've never heard before that I'm like, what am I about to put in my body? So all that to say, thank you guys so much for joining this call. If you guys have any questions or anything at all, feel free to reach out to Makenzie or I on Instagram. We hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and bye guys.